Hey, and a very good early morning to you people out there. It is him. It is the Warrior Junior, the fight that never ends. It's what it is. I've been listening to very interesting on YouTube. Before I get to the topic, um, really interesting motivation stuff, not just by Mulligan Brothers, but lots of different things. Sam Sinek, really interesting, saying something about said something about success lying on the other side of fear. Like, for example, like I talk about how difficult it is to do those approaches to women when they're with other guys and when they're with other girls or busy on the phone. You procrastinate, not trying, not trying. And he said that the success lies on the other side of fear. So because you're not trying, you're afraid. That's why you're not succeeding. It's the opposite on the other side of fear. Really interesting, huh? Now, look, I'm not saying just because you're brazen and you go up and you try to do approaches that that you're going to get, but it's interesting about fear, isn't it? And this applies to everything. There's some people that are afraid of the most ridiculous things to me, um, but to them, for whatever reason, like I have my own things. It's not the fear of rejection, man. It's like just not getting, you know. Now, if you're a bodybuilder, I know I don't look like anything big. You go back, look at my thumbnails. I'm not Mr. Olympia or anything like that. I show some where I take the shirt off, whatever like that. But dude, I got a lot of experience. I quit for a long time, and like if you've lifted and you stop, you got the knowledge, right? Muscle memory, but that the shit goes away. Like the body goes back to homeostasis. I mean, that's just the way it is. When they think people think bodybuilder, they think big, big, big. Dude, let me tell you something. I saw a woman on America's Got Talent. Like she was like 70 years old, and she was maybe 130 pounds, if that, but like really good shape. 70, right? And she goes, I started bodybuilding in my 50s. What she said. She doesn't look huge and crazy like that. See, that term's got to be redefined, man. That's why I put like on my business card, put like, cosmetic body shaping consultant because, bodybuilding people they think big, big, big. I don't want to get big. You know how fucking hard it is without gear, dude. If you're naturally thin like this or big, you ain't changing your body that. I mean, you can make, but you're not making enormous change. Like, I mean, I guess, look, David Goggins is a prime example. You can go from a fat 300-pound sedentary guy to a lean marathon looking 135-pound. I mean, okay, you can talk like that. But you ain't going from a 100-pound skinny nothing to a 300-pound Jay Cutler, Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman, or something like that. No fucking way. No way. Not without gear, not without tons and tons and tons of it over 30 years. It just doesn't work. Less time. But, look, like Flex Wheeler is a prime example. He's like 100 pounds in high school, skinny black guy, right? And I mean, you're runner up, but he's like 250 pounds on stage, maybe a little more like that, probably. But it's from using a lot of shit. That ain't so you can't get. Like dude, I've got 30 years on. I mean, training logs on and off of all my years of training and living in the gym, and I've always had a difficulty. I mean, I used to hammer shakes, like back in the day, metrics, EAS stuff like that. And like it was, dude. Let me tell you, when I first cracked, when I was like 30 years old, 31 years old, I cracked 175, but I was solid. Might not sound like a lot of weight, but if you are like solid muscle on a thin frame, 175 pounds is no, people gonna look. I mean, I'm telling you, it's look like Lee Priest is 5'4", give or take it, but 5'2", 5'4", 200 pounds. He could stand on stage at the Mr. Olympia contest, go up against all the biggest in the world. Now, he didn't come in sixth place, but let me just tell you, like size is arbitrary. It just depends, dude. I've seen people. There's 200-pound people that look like nothing, and then there's like, dude, 200-pound Frank Zane, three-time Mr. Olympia, 200 pounds, if that. Arnold. When he's staying hungry, he was down to 208. Okay, Arnold. Okay, so let me tell you something, like 200 pounds, I mean, it might not sound like something, but if you're solid muscle, actually, if you're solid muscle, any weight, I mean, look at, like, I was watching like the special Floyd Mayweather showed him. I know he don't look like big or nothing like that, like 150 pounds. But can if you're not a fucking professional fighter and that guy hits you, you're gonna fucking die. I mean, he's gonna kill you. I mean, the guy's lightning fast. It might not look like anything. Yeah, you don't know how to fight and defend yourself, and if that guy gets opens up on you, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna be in the hospital. If you're not dead, you're gonna be in the hospital for a very, very long time, because there's so much power behind that 150 pounds. I mean, it sounds like nothing, right? He's a twerp or something. I mean, you look at him, right, when he's on stage. He's talking. He goes, hard work, hard work. He's like fucking. And he looks like a twerp, right? He doesn't have like big arms or anything like that. But when that guy warms up, and you know what he does, he looks like a nothing, right? But you get him in his element, he will kill you. I mean, that's just like, there's so much. It's like iron. I mean, it's speed. It's like power. I know it looks like nothing. It's so elusive. It's kind of amazing because you would think like, a boxer, because so much power behind, they would have like big lats, or really like muscular, like their forearms and their arms would be like a fucking brick. I mean, their hand. Maybe if you get a close look or something, I don't know. I try to look when, to size him up when I would see him, doing promos for the McGregor fight or whatever, and I can't really see. I'm looking now. Of course, you take his shirt off. He doesn't look big or anything, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's just power. It's in there. Like, and the problem is, like, when you're not taking steroids or anything like that, you just don't blow up. I mean, you're not going to get huge separation in your traps and in your shoulders, your delts. I mean, you just don't get it. I mean, there's no way. Um, that's from taking, serious shit. Like, I was watching, was it some old WWE footage I like to watch. It's like Batista comes out, and he gets on the top rope. And, yeah, like the separate. He does that. He does the most muscular pose. It goes around, and you could just see, like, it's like fucking the separation in his fucking traps and his shoulders. Fucking shredded and everything like that. It's fucking amazing. But he, like, these guys are really big. I know he goes back to, like, what's it called? Not UPW, wrestling, where, he was like the Leviathan, like 300 pounds. So, a guy like that, 300 pounds, kind of heavy, and then lean down, to like 265, and he's tall, he's big. So it's like, then you can see all the definition and everything. And I mean, of course, bodybuilders, but you put him on stage against, fucking Ronnie Coleman in their prime, or Jay Cutler, he would look like a twerp. I mean, he wouldn't exist. It's like, so, but he's a wrestler. It's like you're bodybuilder, but not a competitive bodybuilder. There's a big difference between that. So, I've always been fascinated by this kind of shit. Like, these are the extraordinary people. Like, when I was a kid, you know what this is, of course, with the special ingredient. I will get into the topic in a second, but I just want to talk a little bit about, because I enjoy talking about, bodybuilding and entertainment value. I was watching a match. Was it, I don't know, WrestleMania 26? I think it was. It was a Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. These kind of things, and it's like, Shawn Michaels, Michael Hickenbottom, whatever his name is. Um, he's not supposed to look like a big, bulky guy. He's like, because he's a rock. HBK he came from the Rockers. So still, let me tell you something, dude. I've seen that guy at a hotel. I'm not going to tell you where, but it's like I saw him walk by, and he ain't no twerp, dude. He ain't no twerp. Like, he's like, I think he was 6'1" or something like that, and he might look like small because you're putting him next to a dude like the Undertaker is like 6'10", 300 pounds. Now, again, at 6'10", 300 pounds, I mean, that's, it's still 300 pounds, but it's spread out over a 6'10" body. So it's kind of it's a little lean for that, but if you're solid, I guess, so the Undertaker, of course, I guarantee he has to take stuff because, somebody when you're lean, it's very, very hard to get like dense legs, like thickness, because you're up against genetics. You're just not. There's this Israeli guy at my gym, and he's like, I don't know how tall he is, 6'6", 6'5". I gotta ask Tom how tall he is, but he played professional basketball overseas as well, and it's just tall people. They're not going to be like it's rare, like a Shaq, to see somebody, with that kind of, you know, heaviness that can move. It's rare. It very is, and that's why, a guy like that, if he works hard, he's extremely dangerous. Because he can't. They're strong and you can't move them. There's a 300-pound man and I think Shaq was over 300. At 7'2". It's immense. It's like almost unstoppable. I guess I don't know. I watched also like it was a 2002 Olympia, the Gunter Schierlikamp, the German giant, who I thought was like the second coming of Arnold, along with Roland Kickinger, I think it was, who ironically had a nutrition store not far from me. Never got to meet him. I think he has two stores closed. I think he closed one. But back to the Gunter thing. Many people talk about he was robbed, on stage. He was supposed to he was supposed to take the like thought maybe he would win the Olympia in 2002, and I've seen that guy in person, Gunter, back a couple times, and it was like unfucking believable. 6'1", 300 pounds, solid, like it's unbelievable, right? Now, can you imagine somebody 5'9", 5'10", 300 solid? That's what Ronnie Coleman. It was beyond it. He said the camera doesn't do him justice. I don't have to like, dude. I've seen, dude, yeah, Gunter, yeah, 6'1", 300. That was my God. I saw Dave Palumbo back years ago at Night of Champions. I remember he walked out. It was at a theater in New York. I just happened to be there. Dorian Yates walked out too. And he was still pretty big. This might have been in 2003, maybe a long time ago. Um, yeah, when Dave Palumbo walked out, he was wearing just a vest, no shirt, just a vest, and it was like all vein. It was like a roadmap. It was like a human anatomy thing, but big. I never seen anybody that. I mean, it was. I never forgot that. I think that was the most cut up, biggest person I ever seen in my life. And I've been to Fit Expos. I've been everywhere. The most blown up person I ever seen. I competed in a dance event at the Fit Expo in LA in 2009, street dance event. 25 years of dancing, experience. American Street Dance Championships. I saw Flex Lewis was there for the bodybuilding and Gaspari, all good, but Charles Glass, but um, Jay Cutler. I saw him. It was in '08 or '09, I think, I forget. And he was wearing a sweater, right? But I was so, I couldn't believe how big that guy. I mean, it was like an air pumped in. It was like 300 pounds. Yeah, it was like 5'9", 300 pounds probably. And I never seen it. It was the most unbelievable thing I ever seen. Um, I was so intimidated. I couldn't even go up and introduce myself. He was just walking around little, so I couldn't believe like what I was looking at. I was unfucking fathomable. Like I was just wow. I couldn't believe it. I think we're born like 2 days apart. We might be born a day apart. 73. We're both the same age, same month, a couple days. But my God, yeah, it's. So I guess in my mind, I said, wow, if I was 300, that's about what I would look like. That's what it looks like, and I'll never. Not without gear, you ain't getting there, dude. Not without heavy shit, and I'm just not willing to do it. I'm not going to stab myself with syringes, and take hardcore. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's just not worth it. To me, like a solid 200, that's good enough. I'm like, it's, not this fucking ridiculous thing. I like to walk around. Be like fucking ridiculous. It's stupid. All right, so let's get to the topic. I know I talked about like talking about fitness and bodybuilding and shit, but you know, I walked around a little just for about an hour. Walked by that nightclub, that place. There's nothing out there. La Cienega, this place. I don't even want to give it credit for what it is. And you know, I saw this dude this bum was out there with nothing. And I've seen a couple of them just play their guitars and sing whatever. And I think about this and I go, I wonder if those dudes are happy. Like, I don't care to get to know who they are. I don't want to engage them. And then I watch like a special on Mayweather, the life that guy lives, with the wealth and everything like that. And the dude playing the guitar don't have 2 cents to rub together. How do you know? I don't know. The guy's just standing out there with looks like with nothing, And it's like that's what I call it, like bum versus rich. I say, it's just amazing. I don't call that living. Like, a guy's standing there doing nothing, but he's gonna get hungry. They gotta eat, right? We'll dig through any garbage can or something. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like, people in good shape, that have money, they can afford, all these foods that take care of themselves, good health care, um, uh, travel, and it's like, think about that. They attract the kind of women, that they can choose like it's no big deal for them. It's like buffet entire life, of anything they want. I want to go buy a nice Rolex. It's nothing. I mean, can you imagine that? Imagine a guy like Mayweather. He can just wake up and go, huh, I'd like to see like this year's models of Rolexes, whatever, like, or anything, and whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever one, it's like, yeah, okay, I'll take that one. That's cool. A solid gold one. Let me try that one on. You try that one on, and like he puts it on his wrist, and if he goes, okay, I'll take like, I mean, can you imagine? People on this planet can do that. A couple thousand, right? Like maybe, I don't know, maybe, but think about that. Like, can you just imagine? You saw the dude's chip tray. Like people keep coins in their fucking things, couple pennies, nickels, and dimes and quarters. Quarters. Dude had $25,000 chips in there. Like, there's nothing from the win. I saw it. There's nothing. How many people can do that? It's like Vegas Dave, driving around in a Ferrari and and you know with the cards with the superfractor, the Mike Trout superfractor, 4 million, the other one for 1 million. Eh, I know I keep talking. This all boils down to Vegas. I know. It just hurts, man. It just hurts because I'm watching people do, and that's what a bum does. Watching people do, and you're not doing. What I'm trying to do is like just get some type of intrinsic motivation, like inside and saying, hey, come on, man, let's get this ball rolling by 50 years old. Let's don't die in this, West Hollywood place where you're not, it's a prison. Pete Rose had a book, My Prison Without Bars. I read it. That's what West Hollywood feels like to me. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like LA, My Prison Without Bars. It feels like a place where, you know, no one's having a good time. It ain't hopping. It ain't happening. Even before COVID. It wasn't. It wasn't. There was. I remember. You go back far enough. I remember Dublin's and even before Dublin's and Roxbury. It used to kind of be, go out and go dancing. Oh yeah, there's this going on, that going on. I used to go on this site called Dance Deets. They'd have like all these kind of dance events or Eventbrite. Like I would find. It's kind of cool. Like they'd have events and things like that. It's all done, dude. LA ain't it, man. LA ain't it. It might be, oh, the weather is good. If you got money, you own your own place, you got really something in entertainment here. Good for you. But for me, I didn't hit here, man. I didn't hit it here. Everybody sits and watches television, show these dumb previews. I saw this stupid, they make fun of like Jewish people, like on that the guy Dave. It shows I don't know who the fuck it is. Is he Jewish? Making that's what it is. People want to be entertained. They want to like it's the dumbest thing. And I see posters of that moron. They're showing. I won't watch it. I don't contribute to any of this. I don't contribute to any of this. That's why I don't belong here. Never gonna get the women. Never gonna make it. Never gonna make it. It's not being a naysayer. It's just there's no way for me. Um, it's just the way you're not. I don't know what to say. I don't know. It's like if I live, let's say I'm lucky to live till 100 if I'm lucky. And again, I'm knocking on 50 is not far away. Why waste time? And okay, so that's why I wrote the other topic in the title. Does you own your stuff or does it own you? I think that concerns a lot of people. Like if you own property or if you own this and that, and all the responsibilities that go with it and all of this. And in a way, it's like you might think you own it. But in a way, I think it owns you. I think in a way it ties you down like owning an animal, like, well, the animal gives me unconditional love. Yeah, you know what? What do you need it for? Out here, I want you to think about this. What do you need it for? What do you need it for? What you're doing, for most part, and then I just hold this. I hold this contention. If you own a pet, you're masking something. You're putting a band-aid. You're hurting. You ain't getting something. You're not getting love, and you're not connecting to a real partner. That's why you gotta fucking have a pet. Or you gotta have so much responsibility, unnecessary responsibility. Now, dude, I love dogs and cats. I do. But they're a hindrance. That I don't. I want to go wherever I want to go. I got to worry about that shit. So I think in West Hollywood, I hold the contention that most people have pets because they can't find a significant other, or they got like some free time and they have to keep everything, like keep them from going out or doing anything. It's like all these people, they all think the same, they all act the same, and they all do the same. They always say the same things. How are you? They all say that it's like a machine that prints out these people, like this linear robotic type way of thinking. I just don't prescribe to any of this. I don't belong here. And one of the biggest problems in West Hollywood is that, I would, if I had money, it's a different story. If I was successful, if I had money, I would own my own, like, townhouse in Santa Monica or something. If I had money, and dude, I'm never gonna, it doesn't. I'm never gonna have 8. I don't see the way to get it. It's too much money to accrue at this age. It's just too late. So I look at it like this: maybe if I could somehow get the ball rolling in Las Vegas, and accrue like 100,000, which I think is realistic, I could afford my own condo in a good area. But not here, not in LA. It's not going to happen. And it's 100,000 in Vegas and more for a reason, because I know what comes with that. It's going to be hot. It's going to be. Hey, you know what? I got nothing here, man. I got stuff. I just sold this baseball bat, this A-Rod bat for $3,000. It's nothing. $3,000. Like mine's eBay fees. You walk out 2,700. It's nothing. It's nothing. Sounds like it's something, but it's not. I took chances in cryptocurrency. I got killed, and a Shiba Inu, that dropped. I stayed with it. I still, just forgot about it. Lost thousands on it. And that's the problem in life. Nobody rewards failures. Nobody rewards a failure. You know, like you try, it takes cojones, real balls, you know, to like stick your neck out there. From anything. Trying to meet women, you know, taking chances on cryptocurrency. And then when you lose and you don't get, you're not saying good job, good job. You're not rewarded. You could be actually subjected to punishment, ridicule. You know, would you see? Would you see? You know, if fucking dudes get up in your face, you know, you're not rewarded for your efforts. In the movies, they kind of show like, hey, for trying, good effort. You know, people cheer for you. Like when you're running a marathon, people might clap for you. You know, but you're not rewarded. You know, for failure, for attempts. Now I was walking home from the gym today, and there was this guy. They were crossing the street. I was right by, and I saw this chick on the side. I said, "Oh, my shirt was soaked. You know, I was wearing a red shirt, fucking soaked. I'll show you. Hold on. I like to brag about my workout. You know, it's still fucking wet. You know, can't see it. You know, it's red, but like it's fucking wet. You know, it's from working out. Did legs again. You know, it's like you know. I'll tell you about the woman thing in a second, but you know, I believe I kind of hold a different contention with bodybuilding that I think your legs should be a foundation where you should build from. Most people they sit there and I call them this kind of people, you know. Let's see if you can see. Let's see if you can see. You know what this is? Lifting like you know they're focusing on the bicep, you know, baby weights, you know, like it's you know or you know the tricep, you know, this is pussy shit, dude. I mean, I look I you know I'm just sorry, you know, like this is not hardcore body changing, you know, exercises, not compound, real fucking meat and potatoes, you know, things that will really change your body. You know, people they look in the mirror, you know, these I'm sorry, like these cream puffs, they look in the mirror and you know you know they're such pussies. I mean, it's like no offense, but I mean they should be paying. I should be making a fortune. They just want to learn from somebody that knows everything, but they don't care, and neither do I because their mentality is not a warrior mentality. Their mentality is this, and you know I'm like a lion compared to like them. They're like a sheep. That's what it is. I'm sorry, you know it's just what it is. Um, and the problem with that is that when you're a real warrior, you know, and you're working hard, which I don't like to show. You know, but the thing is, it's like I'm a hardcore, you know, dead serious. Like when I do my shit, and that's not a hardcore facility. Um, I would love to have my own hardcore facility, like a Metroflex with like a wrestling ring in there, and just like a no frills, like you know, barely no machines that fucking just real, you know, clanging and banging like hardcore, like just Vince Gironda knew. You know, like I just love old school OG, like you know, big garage, you know, or something with that kind of fan that goes slow, circular fan. You know, I'm just into like real dungeon type training to where I feel, and the key is like you can make noise, you know, like the grunt of real, like because you know it's hard, dude. If you're a real warrior, dude, that shit is fucking hard, motherfuckers. You know, like lifting, like doing the hard ass compression exercises. That shit, you should be making noise. Ain't no fucking library. My gym is a fucking library, man. You know, thank God they got these big fans going. So like when I you know when I do my leg squats where I put the fucking 85-pound dumbbell on my shoulder and go up and down 20 times on each shoulder, you know that my sound is not amplified. You know, like I thank God. You know so you know it's like dude, I'm there to fucking work. They're there to try to hook up with other guys or be on their phone. You know, it's just funny. they're all on their phones, right? Right? I think they're just all talking to each other. They're in the gym. They're all texting each other. All they'd accomplishing shit, you know. And they all probably give each other steroids. You know, I don't, you know, I'll be good for them. I don't care. You know, see, look, it makes it sound like I hate these people. I hate being, I do in a way, because what I hate, I don't hate them. What I do hate is just being here. You know, like I hate not getting what I want out of life, living in this area, because there are some decent looking women that I see all the time, and they don't care to meet me. It's quite amazing. Like they don't want a guy like me. It's just, you know, because they're for whatever reason they're just brainwashed to think otherwise. Like I just can't believe you would think that, you know, women would be so independent. Like, oh, you know, this guy's really working his ass off. I would love to get to meet this guy. I'd like to know what this guy is. And they don't care, because in West Hollywood, their needs are met because it's an expensive place to live. So generally, I'm on the poor end of the spectrum, unfortunately. And, you know, that's because I never really was able to put two and two together. You know, like I chased passions. I had unrealistic expectations. I thought I was going to be this. I thought I was going to be, and nothing worked out. Nothing. So, you know, I tried with everything, and unfortunately, trying does not equate to a seven-figure bank account. You know, so that's it. You know, you get basically that chasm of, you know, it's just it's not a place. It's not a place. You know, I don't care what people think it's not a place. You know, I mean, there's plenty of people I see walking around. You know, they're broke. They just like to be around the rich, and that ain't me. That ain't me. I don't. I used to put these people up on a pedestal, and I won't, because they're not going to do nothing for me. So fuck them, and I'm just going to do it's my life. You know, I'm going to enjoy it the best way I can, and if I can't enjoy it out here, I'm going to go to some place where I can. And that's why I'm really intent on Vegas, because I'm so happy out there. You know, like even a couple miles from the strip, it's all, you know, I don't need so much. A good market, good food, a good safe place to live. You know, I might just take an apartment until I can hopefully um, work my way up to owning my first condo. But I might just get a nice apartment in a good area. Um, that's it. You only get so much time while you're alive. So remember what I said about you owning it or it owning you. It's nice to have a girlfriend, and she owned a couple. She claimed she owned a couple of houses in West Hollywood, and you know, it just seems like, or she said claims she owns percentages of all these restaurants and all that shit. I don't know what she needs all that shit for. I think it owns her. I don't think she owns it. I talked to my friend Chris about this. You know, there's this guy Jerry who owns all these buildings on Fairfax. You know, like you know, it's like the guy's multi millionaire. He shows up every day. Older guy shows up, you know, in his office, does his work, you know, and the guy's never took a vacation or nothing. You know, it's like I said, Chris, that guy does not own the buildings. The buildings own him. You don't get it. He doesn't get it. You know, and that's kind of sad, because I know a guy like that. I know a guy where, you know, they're just it's never enough. They don't know how to enjoy their life, um, and the shit owns them. And I just don't think like that. You know, I want to enjoy my life. You know, I've heard mentalities from people that have money. I've heard of misers that they think they have money because they're misers. They're not. They're not. They made some very good real estate deals. They compounded these real estate deals, and that's how they made their money. It's not from being a fucking miser. It's not. Counting pennies. When you make 150,000, 300,000 on a real estate deal, you think saving $2 on a fucking thing and 75 cents on that ain't fucking that ain't how you didn't make it from being a fucking miser. You made it. You made monster deals that you nailed it on. You know, she told me she bought her condo for 150,000. She sold it for 375. So that's a profit, you know, fucking, you know, 225,000 right there. Then bought a house for, you know, like for 675, sold that for 1.2. That's another 600,000. You know, like come on, you know, that's how they make their money. Big fucking deals, not this little, you know, saving 75 cents at the market, or they tell you these morons. Oh, you can save $5 a day. Don't go to Starbucks. Yeah, come on, dude. You know that's bullshit, man. That's all. You know, thing is, if you can't make those big deals, I just told you, 3,000 is nothing. I bought that bat for 1750. You know, I sold it for $3,000 minus eBay fees, 2750. I had that bat for a year and a half though. I made $1,000. You make $1,000. Woo! Where's the confetti and the what's that? The New Year's Eve thing. The you know the thing you rattle. I like that one. You know you go around. The horn blowing and the cap, whatever. $1,000. I scoff at it, and I'm relatively poor. $1,000? Do you know what $1,000 is today in LA? It's like nothing, dude. I spend it's nothing, barely nothing. I take fucking chances, dude. I told you I lost thousands in crypto. I fucking take chances, man. I thought I had a system playing cards, you know, like I thought writing everything down and doing everything. You know, I worked up, I was making like 2,000 every day consistently, 5 days. And then on the sixth day, I lost 10,000. I tried. You don't get rewarded for trying in life. But I stopped, you know, because it's you know, it's kind of it's not a healthy, it's very stressful, you know, and I lost. That was the main thing. So you know, it kind of sucks. You lose 10,000 here. I lost 10,000 on this thing. I lost 10,000 there. You know, you add that all up, and there's your condo. You know, given enough time, and that kind of sucks because it's like you try, and you know you don't you get punished. You know, now you can learn from all this stuff and say, all right, well then fuck this. You know, what do I do now? Well, what you do is you give up all the things that are negative, and you be paid. Then you become patient, and hopefully, good things will come in. I walk by; they have these AA meetings around all the time. Oh, these guys are standing out smoking, smoking. They gave up something that's really, really bad for something that's really bad. Good, you know. Now, I'm not saying you copy my mold, you know, or give up drinking and gambling and just go live in the gym. Hey, you know what though? At least you're investing in yourself instead of investing in a casino or a beer bottle. You know, it gets you nothing. At least that, you know. Now, I wish I had a better answer for you. I wish I could tell you, hey, I'm a multi-millionaire right now because I gave up gambling and drinking. You know, I'm a rich beyond. I wish I had the fucking answer for you. I wish I could tell you how to become to make money and do all these things. I don't know. I try to figure this thing out. I try. That's all, and I don't think there's no easy way because I have a mentor, this guy that I know a long time, and he basically had the similar problems to me, and it's basically just a small grind here and there, little deals here and there, all the time. Sometimes they're a little bigger. Small. He just it's over time, over years, and that's what I think it is. You know, I think it's just fucking years of little deals here and there. You know, like and running the right path. Um, there's no fast and easy. The only fast is like if you have negative addictions that you're doing and you stop them and you know and the time accumulates that's you can quit fast, but the time it takes time, you know, to move in the right direction. um, you know, look, I started my doctoral, like, you know, after I got my master's 3 years ago. I immediately jumped into doctoral level work. That was 3 years ago. 3 years, okay. I knew I wanted to be a doctor of something. But I didn't want to be like a doctor of ministry. You know, I wanted to be like, you know, something what I would consider for me like a doctor of education, or something, or kinesiology or something like that that I could handle. I just knew I wanted to get my doctorate degree because all my degrees are in succession. I have my associates, my bachelor's, my master's, and then I found this thing that was a EDS degree, which is a specialist degree, which is like a doctoral level degree according to Liberty University. So I figured, all right, well, most this to get this doctor degree, this is like 60 units, 54 units. This is quite a haul. Like I'm used to like 30 units. So I saw this specialist. So I was like, okay, let me pick this up on the way, and that's exactly what I did. So over the past 3 years, I picked up that degree, and that took me about a year and a half, and I had a very very difficult transition into the getting the doctorate program. Even though I transferred in all these units, still like it was a hard transition. So then I went to this other school. I don't even want to give them credit because I got kicked out of there recently, and I don't want to tell you where I'm working on it now. I don't want to give you plug them or anything like that. So I'll talk about the degrees that I earned, but I'm not going to tell you where I'm going right now because it doesn't matter. It's all irrelevant. But my point is that I've been 3 years, like working on this thing. What's the point? It takes time. It's no fast and easy doctor. You doctor of ministry or whatever. Like I've seen 30 units. You want that, but you're gonna go work if you're into like working at a church or something like that. Then good for you. If that's who you are, congratulations. But you're not gonna make any money. Like I picked something like where I thought organizational leadership or something where you can maybe teach or work in the private sector or do something on your own. Like I try to come up with this shit on my own. But let me like my point out of everything is that like the cryptocurrency, everybody's trying to make it fast, fast, fast. I know, I want it fast too. I know. And I'm not greedy. Like, I wish I could have fucking hit, like, I wish I could have fucking made it. I thought, like, with some of these cryptos, I got in, and what was that? I think it's ACH, whatever I told you. Like, I saw it just go like this, So I said, get on. And I got on right here, and it went like this. It went like that. The light dropped out. Couldn't have been a little lucky once. If I would have been a little bit lucky, that would have went to $1. I wouldn't be on this thing, and I wouldn't be having a conversation with you. I'd be in Las Vegas, out there dancing with my own private gym, my own warehouse thing, and all the shit that I told you that I wanted in my life. I would have it. I would have it already. But my ship never came in. My ship never came in. I try as hard as I can, and my ship never comes in. It never comes in with women. It never comes in financially. It never comes in nothing. But so what do? Nothing comes in. I'll tell you what you do. It's 5:36 right now. 4:36. I apologize. I'm gonna get off this in a couple minutes. I'm gonna go to the fucking gym at 5 in the morning. So because at least I could do something until my ship comes in. And if it never comes in, guess what? It never came in. But at least you don't do negative shit. Wasting your time at the bars, the casino, wasting money, waking up hungover, waking up broke. Fuck that shit, dude. I go to the fucking gym. I could fucking be, lifting some weights, and then after, got some good recovery, good food. Go hit the market, so get bananas, get fucking good quality, nutrient dense foods, eggs, fucking oatmeal, orange juice, sausage, whatever. I could fucking pound away good quality, good food. At least to walk around. When you wear good clothes and you walk around, you feel like you're something special. At least I don't understand that bodybuilders have whopping egos. I don't know if it's whopping ego, but I feel like I'm something special. Like I know what I'm doing. Wow, look at that guy. He's fit. I remember people saying I don't ask for their compliments; they give it to me. It don't really count for nothing. But you know what? It's better than fucking wasting your time and getting nothing. I see some of these fucking street cretins, cretins walking around, like same fucking garbage, they're just wasting their life. They ain't doing nothing, and I don't want to be like them. I told you about this. These idiots are staying there with their guitars or walking around. They ain't going anywhere in life. Now, I might not I might not be becoming financially successful, but I will tell you something. At least I drive myself somewhere. You know, like I'm not saying I don't. If it goes nowhere, it goes nowhere. But it's better to pave your own path that goes nowhere than to be a fucking toxic garbage creature. You know, or like wasting your time with negative addictions. You give all that crap up, man. I don't care if it's drinking, gambling, drugs, smoking, all that shit, dude. Fuck all that shit. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's escapism. It robs you of your creativity, your mental thing. Listen, it imprisons you. It'll never get you nowhere. I listen to fucking, Mike Tyson talk about the Sugar Ray Leonard, talk about alcohol, what it did to them. I know. It's all garbage. It's all fucking, you ain't getting away from nothing. You got to fucking attack life. You're here. You got to find a new path. Look, these guys were world champions. I know. What happens is, young prodigies that are, make it to superstardom, and then it's over. They don't know what to do with themselves, so they resort to, like, drinking drugs. That, look, I never made it to superstardom, but I didn't know what to do with my life when I was 31. So I mean, I figured, I drank at bars. I didn't know what the fuck to do, and then about over 2.5 years ago, I stopped it. Now the gambling thing is very tricky. The gambling thing is very elusive because it holds many different forms. But I've been able to move away from that over a long period of time because I just felt like, look, I'm brings you down. It's not like being drunk where you're hungover. Gambling is very deceptive. When you're like somebody that really likes to get into something, like me, it's I'd rather be addicted to the gym, and the bodybuilding lifestyle and the fitness, health. I'd rather just, you know, uh, it's something kind of cool. I'd rather have that, something to show for it. Invest in yourself, not a casino. If you got an idea for a business, invest everything into a pipe dream at least. At least you took a chance. Take it. That's what I like to do. I like to fucking take a chance in life. So I didn't share this last story. This last story before I go. Told you I was walking up from the gym. There was a guy and there was a chick. The chick was on my side. I was walking, the crosswalk, crossing the street, and I said hi to her. And this guy, like this gay guy that she was with, he said hi, and I fucking, I became reactive. I was talking, and I turned around. I said I was talking to her. Like I know I shouldn't have been reactive. It didn't matter anyway, but it's just frustration. It's just frustration that came out, and you know what it is? It's like that sums up West Hollywood to me. That's what West Hollywood is to me. It's gay people giving you attention and women ignoring you. That's what it is here. Now, I don't know if you're young and you get some, congratulations, man. But I can sum up my 47 years of living here by that summarization. They never going to give it to me here. For some reason, you got to take off those invisible shackles that you're like, hey, this is just my positive reality. I'm trying. They're reading your feeling, your energy. You can take your energy, go shove it up your fucking ass, dude. I try nice, believe me, and I just not getting nothing. All right, you coming on to everybody's got a fucking answer. You're all fucking full of shit and you're all wrong. Okay, it doesn't matter where I am, what environment, doesn't matter the market. I try to be nice and I do it nicely. I know it sounds like I'm coming off hard, like talking like this, but believe me, I don't talk to women aggressively, and it doesn't fucking matter. It's just I am outsourced. I don't shine here. I'm not famous. I'm not rich. I'm not good looking. I don't shine here for whatever reason. It just this is the way it is. I don't get my needs met as a man in West Hollywood. Okay, I'm just sorry. Or Los Angeles, doesn't fucking matter. I went to Orange County to go dancing and try to meet the older women. I get nothing there too. And there's no guarantees I'm going to get in Vegas either. But I feel like I got a better chance to build a life overall. So that's the plan. That's it. Anyway, I got to go to the gym. I got to work out before all the cream puffs show up there, and just keep trying to plug away, man. I'm sorry, you know, like I just get frustrated at times because it's just, you know, it sucks sometimes, you know, when you're it's like it's trying to do the best you can, and you don't belong here, and nobody sympathizes with that. Like you're never, you would think like you would get the rewards in life for all your efforts, and you don't. You don't. You don't. You know. You get like punished. You know, at times it feels like you get punished. I told you, I try to talk to chicks. Guys want to kick my ass. Why? They're not trying to lift me up, trying to help. They don't commend my efforts because they see you as a fucking threat, man. They want to get you out of there. Well, guess what? You know, if I gotta die, then you gotta die with me, motherfuckers. You want to get me out of there? You want to throw me off a cliff? You first. You try to throw me off. You try to throw me under the bus. Guess what? You're going in front of the bus first, motherfuckers. You're going in front of the bus, you fuckers. You want to fucking you want to go to war? I go to war with you, and that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. I feel like I have to go to war. I'm fighting an uphill battle, and if I got to fight a battle, you're gonna die first, fuckers. You try to kill me. You're trying to fucking keep me. I can't have. Then guess what? You can't have either. You know. That's how I think. That's how I think. It's like war by attrition. You trying to keep me from getting? I'm gonna fucking try to keep you from getting. You know, I didn't fucking ever tell anybody, you know, get in anybody's face. You know how many times I've walked when I had a girlfriend? That's all. When someone tried to, like, yeah, you know what I did? Actually, she's fucking tougher than me. You know, she'll kick somebody's ass. She's a Kristen. She's a fucking bitch. She could fucking fight. You could kill somebody. She got a fucking gun in her apartment. But I'm saying, like, that's all we did. Just move our bodies over. I don't engage people. They ain't gonna do nothing. Hey, it's a free country. You're allowed to try. You're allowed to try. I'm gonna say this one last fucking time. You're allowed to try, fuckers. Or you put me in a fucking box. I'm gonna fucking try. God damn it. Sorry, you know, but that's reality. And that's all I got to say right now.